sports. Welcome, everyone, to Pasadena, California, and the Rose Bowl in the shadow of the San Gabriel Mountains. Arroyo Seco, also home to the UCLA Bruins, and it just doesn't get much better than this. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Horned Frogs will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the offense on first down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Let's go. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Taylor. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Pocket starts to collapse. Grab near the sticks. It's Bush. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. He'll try to pop the draw. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on 1st down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these 1st downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable. After
getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Setting up the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon. You're seeing that here early.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. He wants to throw. Makes the catch. It's James. He'll work his way down to the 28.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And the Horned Frogs with the 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he found plenty of running room on that one before. finally able to get him down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive this guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, do I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. First down for this offense. Give to the back. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. It's caught. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. More precision throws from this Bruin quarterback, much like a Rick Neuheisel used to play.
Just pinpoint accurate. Put the ball right where you want to. You think about Troy Aikman, you think about some of those other great names in UCLA history.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. Open space at the 25. First down to start the drive after the break. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run play action. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bruins.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
PAT unit on the field. Bangs it through for an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Missouri was able to finish off a close one in Columbia. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense...
All kinds of running room. The 30. Inside the 10. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. The offense lining up for a first down play. To the air, it's Lagway. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And now on second down for this offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Bad news for the defense. They gave up a first down on a scramble. Good news, though, they got a lick on that quarterback. That is a dream shot for anybody on defense. So, yeah, you might have made a good play individually. Good job, bud. Attaboy. You might get a helmet sticker for that, but you're also going to be in the ice bath after the game.
These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
They'll run the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Here's the give off the left side. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Flagway. Get it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Keeps the play going. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback.
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up 4th.
He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll call for the fair catch here. UCLA will go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
They'll throw it on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw on 2nd down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's great. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, UCLA. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. The kickoff unit about to go to work. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
To the air on first down. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Unloads it downfield. Oh, picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
To the ground with the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The give to the fullback. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They're just about ready to kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Looking to go up top on first down. Gonna let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
And the Horned Frogs have their offense in high gear. They'll leave it with him. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Fires to the tight end. Hit the afterburners, kid. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Colorado went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Buffs in a statement win if there ever was one. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And this is a defense that I think is really feeling themselves right now, especially after some of the good things they did in that 1st half. Getting a sack right away on the opening play of the 3rd quarter, that's got to get the juices flowing. And you know after that, they're going to keep this pass rush coming.
Oh, what a disastrous punt, and he gives them the ball in the red zone. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to him. How about that determined run inside the red zone? He's got 6. It's down at the 12. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Here comes the option. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, TCU! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
They go right back to him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Bruins will hustle to the line.
691, Gators Farm. Yankee Blue. Yankee Blue.
On 3rd down, going up top. Snagged on the outside. It's Flores.
And on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Pass to 30. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. Here on 3rd down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Using his legs, it's Payne. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Ready up.
Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. Try to get it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
On the set.
The Horned Frogs are on the move. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On the move. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions. I'm still in a very good place. I don't have to get over-aggressive, Jesse, if I don't want to.
No, and you can put this game out of reach, too. If you can score a touchdown, this thing's basically over. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really hard to throw the football because the windows are so small.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that extra point is a big one, as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
3:25.
Give to the fullback. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
That's why this guy's a good, strong safety. You've got to be able to affect the running game. You've got to be able to play in the box close to the line of scrimmage and make tackles. That time, good stop on the fullback.
Got it.
Line getting set on second down.
Read up. Here we go.
To the air, it's Duncan. Fires to the big fella. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Jackrabbit.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Use the play fake, now to throw. got his man quickly. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throws to the tight end. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
29 Philly.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Fair catch called for and made. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
Come on, set.
Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, the running back has it. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Cut it, cut it.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Fires and picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
42 Spider.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
It's 1st down from the 37-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds the hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run at it.
Here we go.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose